You're taking the bulbs and the roots out?
Yeah. Well, you can see some of the leaves that are left. They're just barely even discernible that they existed. And the other thing is pine cones that seems to be left. But all the wood and mulch and stuff is just nothing.
It's now dirt.
But it's really interesting because you can tell that the plants took all of the nutrients up in their bodies and deposited it back down over and over again. Because what's weird is you see this red, sort of brown red color. That's actually more nutrient rich. That it has a lot more nutrients in it. But close towards the top, you can see pockets where it's a lot lighter, and that's where a lot of plants were. So basically that soil had sort of had all its stuff taken out, but it's also really clear that it puts it back every season because you're not taking anything out.
You're just recycling it, really.
And it's so the nutrients are one thing, but the structure is another. It's just so good. It's so light and airy, and it just falls out of your fingers like powder.
So you created this soil basically by putting a bunch of leaves in here.
Mm-hmm. But I imagine that, and pine cones, but I imagine that, well, what I'm going to do for this is basically what I did with the others. Except, I think what I'll do is the topsoil, which is this, is the hardest part for me to gather because it just takes the longest.
Because you scrape it off the top of the soil in the woods.
It takes such a long time and it's so heavy.
And you put it in your little bread wagon and bring it from the woods.
Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll fill the bed with wood and debris the same way that I did with the other more organic material. And the organic material will sort of refresh it a bit because, I mean, not that it needs it, honestly. It's just so healthy, but it's going to have more activity going on below. And
like these other beds.
Yeah, I think it'll help mainly with moisture because this front area, the front right here, it's just baked.
Yeah, it does. This is full sun.
And the height of the summer as well, I think the walls of this bed, it sort of heats up, and it's sort of like a giant terracotta pot.
Didn't think about it, but okay.
But I mean, a mulching will help with that and more organic material. But honestly, this is just gorgeous. I mean, this is the stuff I'm sort of sifting through at different layers. But if you look in the back, on the side of the fence, that is all just like all of it exactly uniform, consistent.
That's where you pulled out most
soil.
of this dirt.
Yeah. I'm sort of milling out all the things that need to break down a little more.
They'll go at a different level.
Those are going to go back into the compost.
Okay.
And I'm going to put fresh green material in the there's like some things I'm going to leave in here because I want it to continue to be active. But basically this will be the layer that I would have put on from the forest floor up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And
doesn't have to be forest floor now. You've already got it dug out. Okay.
All the bulbs and things like that, I'm separating out because I'm trying to make little baskets for them all. And
I've saved you some more of my drink containers so you can make bulb things.
That's perfect, actually.
There's a roly-poly rolling around in there going, where's my...
It's sort of a, I don't know, it's a catch-22 always because when the plants are actively growing and they're all mixed together, you can find which one is what kind of variety by following it to the bulb. But if you take it out of the ground while it's growing, then it's not good for it.
No.
So when it's dormant like that, that's great, but you don't know what the hell it is.
You could be a daffodil or a crocus or a lily. Or
I can pretty much tell these are, these right here are tulips, and these are daffodils. But they're different kinds, all different species, I'm assuming that the smaller ones are for the smaller flowered ones, the smaller plants in general. But I don't actually know for sure because I haven't like identified that. So what I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
do,
put them separate, like things that are alike in the same. So
yeah,
you can see.
that's what I'm gonna try to do the most I can. But again, the things, you know, this and this can look completely different as a plant. Like they can be totally different varieties of a daffodil, but I won't know until they grow, which is okay. That's all right. I think what I might start doing is put them in those baskets and then just casually sort once they bloom.
When you get a chance. Let me go look in the back at the dirt.
It's
See what you
also
got.
so that if you guys ever leave here,
We gotta leave
no
here
one
one
come
day.
out.
Yeah. Someday we're gonna leave here. Ideally. But whoever
think
gets
what
this
I'll
place
do-
is gonna get some really nice gardening soil
Oh yeah.
for years and years and years to come.
These came in just left
Beans.
and right. Coming in little by little.
That's zucchini squash.
These looked like that a day ago.
Good grief. So they're happy. So are the tomatoes. They don't look warped like the other ones.
Yeah, there's two that I'm a little concerned about, but it's okay. I had to prune. I missed a step and let a sucker get too long here, but
What
that's
you're
okay.
trying to do. What's this?
That so see this?
Yes, I don't like that.
I don't either, but it's not yet. We're not in the danger zone yet.
Okay.
The first thing.
Flowers on that one.
Yeah, the first thing I notice is that none of the other ones have that, and these two are the same variety.
So maybe it's something about that
something
variety.
about that plant.
What's this?
Those are chives. I just sort of rescued them from.
Okay.
over there.
They found a new home here.
Don't worry, they'll do just fine.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not.
It's such a difference to see the tomato plants now.
Yeah.
Before it was like hard to discern what was really wrong with them, but now they just look
And it's so odd
Weird.
because they're
alien.
sort of coping in their own way, rather than making. Look at this. Rather than making leaves, they're making these little nuggets, and the stem is getting thicker, and every surface of leaf is just super green because it's all using the leaf that it has
To try to do something because they can't use the leaf for the new growth. Well, that one looks pretty sick.
Yep, that's where it hit it too. Those are brassicas. That's Romanesco. I was hoping to get some flowers so that I could not eat
Seeds.
it but save the
Some
seeds,
seeds.
but it's just not looking like it because they should have started heading a long time ago. Like long. This is right about now when I would be harvesting. So they're just not going to do anything else, I think. It's sort of a weird space because some things are like they're like stationary, they're ornamental almost because
Yeah, well, the lettuce looks so pretty.
yeah, well the lettuce actually is. It's making those are gonna bloom soon.
But we're not eating them
Oh,
because
no.
of the poison.
Nope. Although I will
However-
have so much lettuce seed, I will never ever use it all.
Okay.
So, but some
And the
things
flowers
seem
are
to be
just
okay.
like, hey, look at all.
The zinnias here, this region seems to be okay for some reason, whereas others didn't make it.
What is this?
That is squash. This is a kind of zucchini that's great. Actually, that is
Excuse me.
zucchini, and
Yellow jacket, go away.
that's
Or
a
whatever you
Mud
Was it a mud dauber?
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I'm not
then
mud. Leave me alone. You might be mud.
this is what is this? That's the Italian rapacante, zucchino rapacante, which was it's this really long, like sort of squiggly. When it's both a summer and a winter squash.
Oh,
So-
that's right. That's the one you said
Right.
that could be either.
Yeah. So when you harvest it young, it's like a zucchini, and when it's older, it's like a butternut squash.
All right, let's look at this dirt. Oh, I see what you mean. Wow. Talk about nice topsoil.
But it's just crazy because this is
Rich looking
it's
soil.
so it's a light, but it's not nothing. It doesn't just fall away like sand. So any root can get in there, any nook and cranny in there. It's just gonna be like coasting through, and it's
Not like the clay that was there before.
Oh no, yeah, this is absolutely night and day. compared.
Unlike this stuff,
Yeah.
that's just straight
I mean,
clay.
you can literally see it's wet right now, but you can see that it's bleached. Like it's a lighter color. This is wetter than that, and it's still lighter. And it's because of that sort of effect. And you can see all the pioneers are coming in. All these, they're trying to heal it because all of this is void of biological activity, or at least the kind that makes good soil. And it's trying to break it into pieces. All the roots come in and they start like cracking all of these nuggets and making them into smaller and smaller pieces.
And that's how it goes from this stuff to
Yeah,
this stuff, except this stuff is really leaves.
The structure of it is what matters. It's like there's chunks, but they're not just there. They're sort of arranged in a way that allows the soil to have that quality of being firm, but also sandy, like also
Loose.
which is interesting. It would be better for me to have not disturbed it because it's much healthier not to have,
Which
like,
is going to be
turned
the
it
case
up.
with some of the other beds.
Yeah, but you know, this is nothing. Like it's going to be just fine. Especially
There's
when
a
I
little
put
bit
in
of
that
mint.
wood and let it turn it around.
Is
That's
it
not
mint?
wood.
No, it's not mint.
That is primrose, and I am over it with primrose. Like we're done with primrose.
Ah,
The primrose.
it was so pretty. It's
It
now
is.
so compost.
Spreading like the Roman Empire, and I'm just not about
Roman primrose.
there. I mean,
They've
I
been
might
put in a cage,
I might
and
put a little bit in like
we've
a little
put them in a cage.
pot or something, but it's endless. It like almost everything had those little roots wrapped all around them. So
Primroses are like that, then.
I'm just not.
And these are taters and
You know, I
beans and taters.
didn't even know what it was. I saw it growing in somebody's like front little curb area on the sidewalk, and I was like,
So it would be a good thing to put on the side of a hill, like Lori's Hill, to help structure of her hill and be pretty.
I mean, it would be pretty, yeah. That's a thought.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
Lori's
mind
and primrose.
Giving it to her, but it's probably really invasive, to be honest. I don't know if it would give a lot of like.
You never put anything in the
integrity
buckets
to
yet.
it. Yeah, I haven't decided about
You
that.
may put my beautiful lilies in the buckets. They're gonna
No.
bloom.
Lilies will be fine.
I want to see them bloom, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, blooms, that'll be fine.
There's your some more primrose.
I've done this. I did this last year anyway.
See, there's a bud right there.
I don't know why they keep doing yellow leaves. It bothers me that they do that. It seems to be like something going
That's a
on.
gardenia.
Yeah, but it's doesn't seem to impact their health either.
Yeah,
They just-
well, I want to smell them, and I think it's my nose that's the problem.
Oh no, they smell. But it's any of the plants like that, they release all of the smelly stuff when the sun hits them.
Okay.
So that
It's not doing that
nice
right
bright
now.
heat of the sun can really smell a lot. You can still smell them if you put your nose up to it though.
Right.